Live. I'm Richie Stone. Good evening, Bobcat fans. I'm here with Coach Kevin Saunders. Got a little tongue twisted there. It's been
Yeah, we
so.
haven't been able to do this in a while.
Yeah. You got to practice like you play. Uh, well, glad to have you here. Good to finally be on with you. Bobcats are now halfway through the season. Believe it or
Correct.
not,
Yep.
season goes fast. 2-3 record. Played a first region game Friday evening against the Pickens Dragons, big rival game. So let's start off with just your general thoughts from the game and
All right. Well, I thought for the most part our kids played really hard. We didn't come out, we didn't win like we wanted to, but I think we played better than most people thought we would play. In the past, I think they've had a running clock the last 4 years against Gilmer. I think been outscored 149-10. I think over the last 4 years or so. So it comes out to like 50 a game, 50-3 a game. So we played well. We just got to keep getting better. We're like I keep saying, is we're really young. We got to get more experience. Some of our kids, it was only their fifth game that they've ever played in their high school career, and that's the majority of them. We were down two starters also. Kyle Allison was out with a shoulder. Will Bradburn was out with a concussion, and our kids that played in their spot really stepped up. We started a freshman at guard, and he played fairly well for a freshman, and I felt really good about it. And we just got to keep building on it, and we got to just keep getting better. And I think if we do these things, then we might have a chance to win a few more games.
and that's kind of the thing. Obviously, you don't want your guys to get hurt, but it does give you the chance, especially when you're a rebuilding team anyway, to really build up the depth with the younger guys.
Correct, and the more you play, the better off you are in the long run, and that kind of thing. And I feel good about the depth that we have. We just got to get a little bit more, and that's only going to come by playing.
And with this being your first year, that was your first taste of the Pickens rivalry game. I know you've been a lot of different places, and I'm sure in a lot of ways it's the same everywhere. But what were your takeaways from a community standpoint, and what that means to the folks around here?
Well, I think the community support was great for the game, and the stuff was bad to start off with as far as the weather. I think it might have kept some people away. We still had a big crowd. Our kids played hard and represented the community very well, which I really liked. Our kids, the community is very supportive of this football program, and I think they really enjoyed the fact that we gave ourselves a chance to win a game that nobody expected us to.
Right. Well, and that's the thing with me. I mean, I've seen some of these games in the past, like you said, the 50-3. If you average them out over the last 5 years, and Pickens, whether it be because of growth or what, it seems like their numbers got a lot bigger than Gilmer's here lately, and fantastic coaching, and they move the ball fast. They're really good on offense, really dynamic, and it seemed to me that this was the first time that we've competed since I've been around at least, and I was very impressed with the preparation and really how you responded to everything.
Well, I think our coaches did a great job preparing our kids. Our kids were, I think our kids were embarrassed by the way we played over at Lumpkin. I really do. I think that bothered them. I felt like the kids thought they were the better team, which I still feel like we are.
Sure.
And they were embarrassed by it. And they had a good, had a week off to prepare, and gave us 2 weeks to get ready for them. And our kids really worked hard, paid attention to a little bit of more detail. Plus, they're also getting used to a lot more stuff. I mean, we've had them for a while now, and they're getting better at the technique that we want them to use, and the schemes, and tackling and being physical and things like that we preach every day, and they're getting better at it. And we just got to worry about ourselves, is what we keep telling ourselves, and just take care of ourselves, and everything else will go according to plan.
And you got to think that the rest of the region probably has their own preconceived notions of what Gilmer football is, and to come out in your first game like that, I think that probably made a statement to everyone when they woke up Saturday morning and saw that in the paper.
Well, I think so. I hope so. I mean, all I can do is worry about this week and then next week and that. I mean, we got Southeast next on the schedule, and that's all we're worried about right now, and getting ourselves better. I mean, that's the main thing we got to do is we got to keep getting better.
Right. Is it weird having a bye week and then a game and then a bye week?
That's very weird. I didn't schedule it, so hopefully when we redo the schedule in this next cycle coming up, it'll be spaced out a little bit better.
And when does realignment happen again? Anyway?
Realignment, everything will start probably the end of October, 1st November. Everybody will pretty much have an idea where they're going to be.
Yeah, and I mean that's a whole different animal we'll get to eventually, but yeah, I mean could be some big changes. You never.
Oh yeah, it could be a lot of big changes in our region.
You never really know how that's going to go. I know Gilmer's been in regions with people all over North Georgia, and you know sometimes it's for the better, sometimes for the worse.
Correct.
So we'll see what happens there. Before we go to break, I know a lot of folks were curious about the weather delay and how that happened. How you guys made the decision to start, and whether or not you consider moving it, and how that kind of protocol works in general.
Well, what happens is the athletic director, Matt Johnson's our game. You know, he's in charge of the game till the referees take.
A fantastic athletic director.
Very good athletic director, and he's in charge of the game till the referees take over, and that's usually about warm-ups. Well, we never got to that point. Started lightning. Storm blew in. He's got a lightning detector on him. He was with me at the field house for quite a bit of the time before the game. And every lightning strike is a 30-minute delay. So if it's 20 miles or further away, you can play. Anything less than 20 miles, it's iffy. But you really, protocol is to stay away from anything under 20 miles. And then we did a good job monitoring it, and with the way things are nowadays, you could pull it up on your phone with your weather apps, and you could see the storms coming in and whatnot. So myself and Matt and Chris Parker sat down, and we had a plan mapped out. If we didn't get the game started before 9 or about 9:15, then we would have to come back the next day. And we wanted to play it that night. Our kids have been at school. They were off on break last week too, so their kids had been in bed in their house and all that. Our kids had already spent 14 hours up there, and it makes it a long day. And our kids handled it really well. Our locker room is top of notch. We got air conditioning, their access to video and that kind of thing. So our kids handled it really well.
Now, is it a mutual decision with the opposing athletic director, or is it totally the home team's call?
You want to do it fairly, so
Sure.
you do talk back and forth with the athletic directors in both places. But it is the home team's final decision on when the game's going to be played.
And what are the players? It kind of reminds me of like an old baseball rain delay.
Kind of is.
I doubt they're in there playing cards or anything.
No,
but-
they're just sitting there. Ours were very loose. See, our kids don't have cell phones after 4 o'clock. We take them up.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, so they don't have cell phones. So what they do is they sit around and watch film and talked about the game. We're really prepared, and they enjoyed hanging out. And they got finally talked to each other instead of talking to each other with a phone. So it was good. I felt good about the way our kids handled this.
Yeah, and I mean that unforeseen circumstances like that, especially for a young team, you never know how they'll react.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because it gets them out of a routine. The whole thing is you want to keep everybody in a routine, and that
Sure.
didn't help.
Gotcha. Well, we're going to take our first break. We'll be back with head coach Kevin Saunders here on Bobcat Turf Talk. I'm your host, Richie Stone. Stick around. We'll see you here in a minute.
Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
The underdog. The long shot. The nobody from nowhere, never gonna happen in your dreams, kid. 100 to 1 shot. We know something about that. That putting your feet on that path to greatness and grinding it out day after day is a long, long road that can lead you to the promised land. And that's why we believe. We're with you every step of the way.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth. I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Wofford takes down Carolina, and the Bourbon Paladins have defeated
The underdog. The long shot. The nobody from nowhere, never gonna happen in your dreams, kid. 100 to 1 shot. We know something about that. That putting your feet on that path to greatness and grinding it out day after day is a long, long road that can lead you to the promised land. And that's why we believe. We're with you every step of the way.
I'm Jeff Ripley.
All right, we're back live. I'm Richie Stone here on Gilmer Bobcat Turf Talk. I'm here with Coach Kevin Saunders, and wanted to get a little bit more into the game. Pickens comes right out. You guys get him on some third downs, third and long a couple times, but they were able to break loose. You guys get the ball back, and really, to me, it seemed like, oh God, here we go again with that first drive. I think they had you penalty didn't
We
help
got
you.
a penalty. We got a penalty on them. Then we got a penalty, and ended up we were third and long.
Yeah,
And then we hit the pass down the sideline for a touchdown, and it really got us back in the game and kind of set the tone for the rest of the night.
I thought that was a real momentum. You took the momentum back because they looked
Huge.
like they were gonna, trying to set the tone to get these big plays. You hit the guy down the sideline, Gray McClure. Beautiful pass by Spencer, and everything executed well. And then they get it back, and I think they scored right away after that.
Yeah, they drove it down the field and scored, and we had them a couple times on third down, and we just couldn't. Their athletes are a little better than ours right now, and it shows at times. At times we could stop them, but we could never get the stop that we needed to really put us over the hump. We got to get better at those things. We got to get off the field on third down, but that's hard to do against a really good team and an experienced team. I mean, their whole offensive line are seniors except one. All their skill guys are back or graduate except another one. Number 6 is back, and we got to be able to try to play a little bit more above our heads on third down and get the other team off the field.
But you guys still responded. So they go up 14-7, and you come back onto the field with the offense, and put a good drive together.
Yeah.
It was accentuated, though, by the big play. And I guess the point I'm trying to get at here is, we've talked before about how you want to, extend the game and put together long drives. Do you think that that Pickens was almost doing a bend, don't break to kind of get the ball back quicker?
No, I don't think so. I think they would rather just hammered us into submission.
Yeah.
No, I think we were fortunate enough to block some things really well. Gary did a great job. Our offensive coaches did a great job calling the game. They had a really good game plan going in. We knew some things would work against their defense, and they did. And our kids executed pretty good. I mean, I'm not used to that. Was probably the first game this year where we had that many big plays in one game. I think it was probably 5 or 6 plays over 20 yards. And we'd been just methodical, 17, 18 play drives. And the other night we were scoring, in 6 and 7 play drives, which is not the greatest for our defense against an offense like they had, because it gets them on the field too quick.
And being a defensive coach, is that something that you would prefer not happen, or you'll take the points however you get
We'll take points any way we can get. It's my job to stop them or at least slow them down. And we were driving with the score 14-13, got the ball down on about their 20, and we get a personal foul. And that put us in a bind, and we got stopped that series. We got a third, and we get a 3 and out, and then we get the ball and start driving it right down the field, and then we make a bonehead play. And then we pin them right there, on our end of the field, and they drive it, and they miss a field goal right there before the half.
And I thought, especially when you talk about that first half and the big play, and you guys really did, it seemed like everything was going according to the script as far as what you thought would hit, and establishing that you could break big plays and score points and keep up with them if need be. And then what I was really impressed with, and you guys it just seemed like you just ran out of time. I think you would have punched that in at the end of the first half.
Oh, yeah.
Ran out of timeouts, but something when a team's coming along, and I know you know this, but to our viewers, something I was very impressed with was the ability to get down there with only one timeout left as you're in the final minute of the game, or of the half rather, and being able to bring your field goal unit out there and get everybody set, get everybody off the field, make sure you have the right people, and then kick it while the clock is still running the entire time.
Oh, yeah, we did a very good job with that. We practiced it. I mean, we practice a lot of situations and, go over situations in the game. We're fortunate that we have 2 good long snappers. We got a good freshman long snapper coming. We got a good kicker. We got a good punter. Our special teams are pretty solid for the most part. We got cut down on a few things, hit and miss there, but for the most part, our kicking game has been really good this year. I mean, we've blocked some kicks, and we put pressure on. We put pressure on them the other night when it was 4th down and they had to punt, and they get a negative 1-yard punt out of it.
Right.
And it's because we knew what they were going to do. We lined up to it, adjusted, and put the pressure on them, and we felt good about those things. And it's stuff we practice, and it's starting to. You can see that it's starting. What we're doing in practice is starting to come out in the games. So they're learning football more than what they've had to learn in the past, and they're being coached a lot different than what they're used to. We're more about taking care of ourselves and recognizing formations, offense, defense, kicking game. And when they do this formation, this is what we're going to do. This is what we need to expect to do. And they're getting better at that. And that just takes time. I mean, that's just... we couldn't adjust some things on defense because we had some kids out. So we just tried to keep the kids as simple as it could on defense so that they would feel a little more comfortable with how they're playing. I mean, we started off with in a 40 and had Gray playing inside linebacker. And it started, and he wasn't good in there. He'd come over to me and, Coach, I can't see, and it's fast for him in there. He's been playing outside, and he's much better at it. So we just backed up and played Cam at inside linebacker and made our adjustment that way. And Cam had a really good game on defense with it. And, him and Ashton and inside are 2 big kids that play inside linebacker, and we're more of a 3-4, which we're better at, to be honest with you. and we didn't have Will Bradburn at defensive end, so we were playing a lot of kids on the defensive line that were having to go both ways, and we were rolling them through there. And they gave great effort. I mean, you had to give that type of effort for us to have a chance to even win the game. And we told them, just get the game in the fourth quarter. You never know
Right.
what'll happen. And we did. They got it into the fourth quarter. It's a one-score game going, with about 10 minutes to go in the game.
Well, that's the thing. Coming out in the second half, you guys get the ball back, and you had the momentum of the field goal. It's only a 5-point game coming back into the third quarter. The drive fizzles out. They take it, and I want to say they did score their first drive coming out, and that gave them a little bit of separation.
It did.
And that's when you really, wish you had enough time to score a touchdown.
Correct.
Because I think that ended up being the biggest sequence of the game, not getting a touchdown and then being able to, as far as the back and forth goes. But still, you guys responded again.
Take it down, score.
Took it right down the field and scored. Put together I want to say maybe that was the longest drive of the night.
Yeah, it took some time off the clock.
Ashton punched it in for was that his second touchdown?
First, I think I think he had one. He might have had two. And Gray had the one. And Kobe had one.
Kobe did have one.
Yeah, Kobe had one.
Kobe broke some nice long runs.
Kobe had it. Kobe's becoming a really good running back.
He really is.
Yes. He's a sophomore. The whole team's sophomores and juniors and freshmen. The seniors that we got, they contribute, and they want to go out turning this football program around. And the 5 seniors that we got have done a great job with that. And I'm very proud of what they've done, and they've laid a very good work ethic. Our kids work really hard in practice. They work really hard in the weight room right now, and they will continue to do that all year. If you're going to be in this football program, you're going to work out, you're going to play hard,
Sure.
You're going to play with great physicality and intensity, and play with smartness.
And Kobe, it seems like returning kicks has really helped him. You see his vision.
Yes.
And then when he gets in the open field on the offensive side of the ball, you could see that he's kind of seeing his moves before.
He's getting better. And once again, that's only his 5th game.
Right.
So he's got to play more, and and he's playing well, and he catches the ball well, he runs the ball well, he turns around and plays defense too.
Right.
He plays corner and does a great job at corner too. Our kids are getting better. We got a lot of kids that you can start to see them getting better, and they're excelling, and you can see that we're a lot stronger than what we were when we first started the year.
Absolutely.
The weight room's starting to pay off a little bit in some of them, and I feel good about the direction it's going.
And with Ashton too, something we all got to remember: a lot of these guys are all underclassmen too.
Yeah, they all are pretty much. And Ashton Gooch had a really good game at fullback.
Yeah,
and that's what we've been waiting for, so Ashton can get some breathers on offense, and the two of them played, and it makes a good 1-2 punch with those two.
Yeah, because they almost seem like the same carbon copy of each other.
They run hard.
The size and what you guys do, and sometimes it's even hard for me to tell if it's 26 or 24 out there, and really in y'all's offense. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that's such an important aspect of it, is establishing.
The fullback's going to be established in our offense. You're absolutely right.
And have you noticed anything? I know we talk about with at the high school level and the team, with the feeder programs in the middle school, and have you sensed the same kind of rejuvenation?
Oh yeah, I can tell the kids. We got a lot of kids out. Our middle school coaches have done an outstanding job at the middle school. We had 2 teams, a 7th grade team and an 8th grade team, and we didn't combine them. We played them, and I told them, said, don't worry about your record. Just teach them how to play, and it'll pay off as the year goes on. And the 8th grade team got a lot better. They won their last game. Our 7th grade is going to go to the playoffs. Middle school either going to be a 3 or 4 seed. Our 10 and under teams doing really well, or 11 and under teams doing really well, 9 and under teams doing really well. Our teams are doing really well. I feel good about the people that are coaching our kids, and they're committed to the way we want to do football here at Gilmer High School. I go to the games. I go watch the younger kids play on Saturday and stuff. I love watching them play. Me and my wife usually go some Saturdays, pick a game or two, and go watch a couple teams play, and then we're embedded now in this community, and we want this football program to thrive.
And that goes a long way too, in just numbers in general. Because I'm sure you walk around the hallway and you see kids that are clearly athletes, whether they're involved in play or not. But it's like, man, we could probably use them and them, and it's really the brand and the culture and being in.
It is, and it's like it's the easiest saying in the world: build it and they will come.
Sure.
And that's all we got to do. And I think we're making a good brand of football.
Well, I'm excited to see where it goes. You guys have another bye week, as we discussed before, and back on the field in 2 weeks. You guys will travel to Dalton.
Southeast, yep. We play Southeast.
Yeah, couldn't remember which direction we were going, but it's
Southeast Whitfield.
Southeast Whitfield, and they actually lost to Lafayette 33-6. Some other region scores: Ridgeland defeated Heritage for their first win, and Northwest has yet to play a region game, and of course Pickens beat Gilmer. So things seem to be wide open, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody out in Dalton.
We're looking forward to it, and the community just continues supporting these kids.
Absolutely. Well, glad to finally have you with us tonight. We're going to shoot for another one in 2 weeks, and we look forward to seeing you then. Go Cats.